Back to my little stream. I am your host, Kurik. So, what some of you may or may not know, Terraria's last update ever just dropped a couple days ago. Version 1.4, i.e., Journey's End. So, a lot of people are streaming that, and it adds a lot of quality of life stuff and a new master mode and a journey mode that you can play. Um, I've been dicking around with it a little bit before. I actually started a new master mode world. So I want to take my character that I was playing, the last time and bring him, hey Josh, how you doing? I want to bring him to the master mode world and see how I do. Hey everybody, welcome back. Restream is being kind of an asshole tonight. I wasn't even a minute into my intro, and it just decided to DC on me for no reason. So anyway, to recap, uh, Terraria's last update, Journey's End, actually dropped a couple of days ago. So I'm gonna check that out. I kind of messed around with it a little bit before, when I had the chance, and they added a lot of stuff. I think they added two bosses. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to start a new world, but I'm going to keep my character. My character is post Moonlord. He's got all the armor and shit from Moonlord and weapons and whatnot. So I'm just going to take whatever he can carry on him into the new world. They added a new difficulty, Master Mode. They added two more bosses. Uh, I think Master Mode is like Expert Mode, except like way beefier. So I made a new Master Mode world, and I'm gonna take my post Moonlord character and move it over into that world and just see how I do. Worst case scenario, I'm just gonna move. If it turns out to be too tough, I'll just lower the difficulty to like expert and just try my best there. All right, so let's get into it. So as I said, I'm going to take this character. I made a journey character too, but basically the only difference is that... Alright, good night, man. Basically the only difference between a journey character and a classic character is, like, he starts out with, like, more items. Like, he starts out with, like, a stack of torches. He starts out with a stack of rope. He starts out with a hammer and I think a weapon and a summoning staff, and that's really it. Like, that's the only difference. But I'm gonna hop in with Kurik. For the sake of relevance, I called this world Corona Land. So let's hop in. So like I said, I kind of just dicked around a little bit. I didn't really do much on this world, so these are some of the things I looted while I was exploring. I got all my shit. I got my full health, mana, all that shiz. Like, I just did a little bit of exploring. Like, mainly I just wanted to see where the jungle was, so that way I knew, like, which way the dungeon would be. And I think that might be our first stop, is the dungeon. So that way we could take out Skeletron. I mean, I could just dig straight down and just get to the wall of flesh and just do it that way, but I kind of feel like I want to, like, kind of see how tough these bosses are going to be, because from the description, it says that Master Mode is supposed to be, like, brutally hard. And I want to see, like, what brutally means. Like, if I struggle to beat these bosses with, like, all my endgame shit, Then I'll probably opt to go to like expert mode. I got some more corruption over here. Oh yeah, some corrupted desert already. Like the grass has physics now, so when you run through it, it kind of like bobs. That's one of the things I've noticed. Banners too actually do that. When I was dicking around on my other world, I had a bunch of banners hanging there, and when I like fly through them, they have physics, so that's kind of cool. Like just little stuff like that they updated. They added a bunch of like quality of life changes too, so yeah, I'll hopefully learn more about them as I go along. Alright, here's the dungeon. Oops. And now health bars are native. Oh wow, this is just Skeletron. He's hitting me for like 20 damage per hit. Alright, we got a Skeletron relic, whatever the fuck that is. We got a treasure bag. Oh, that's kind of cool. We got a Skeletron relic. We'll just plop that there. I don't know what this thing does though. And this just lets you throw bones if you have any, which I don't. Oh wow, these skulls just like follow them around. I could be like Shang Tsung if I wanted to, just fire flaming skulls at my enemies. Yeah, Skeletron was actually hitting me for some pretty decent damage. And he's like one of the first bosses you fight, so that kind of has me a little worried as to what to expect. Oh cool, you see eyes floating around in the background. Looks like the Eye of Cthulhu in the background there. Yeah, I don't know what this relic does though. Looks like the moon has a mustache. And apparently a zombie is carrying a torch with a very long arm. That's so strange. And here's a banner right here, like it has physics now. See? I get a gold key. Get some money because I'm actually missing money. And torches too. We'll explore the dungeon for a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Ooh. That's new. Oh, hey, and a mechanic. Oh yeah, NPCs have happiness now. Yeah, my stream's online. Yeah, because when I started it before, I wasn't even a minute into my intro, and then it decided to DC on me. The NPCs have happiness now, so like if they're like all clustered up like I had them before, then they'll be unhappy. You gotta like give them space. Or like sometimes like they'll like other like certain NPCs, and then they'll dislike other NPCs. So like, oh, I want to be moved next to the dye trader, but I don't want to be moved, or I don't want to be anywhere near the arms dealer. You know, bullshit like that. Oh, machinist died anyway. I'm sorry, mechanic, not machinist. Oh, I can summon the Eye of Cthulhu now. Oh shit. You just hit me for some pretty good damage too. Yeah, they got like collapsible floors now. Which would be a fucking nightmare if you didn't have wings like I do. Like imagine you were just kind of puttering along and then you fall into a spike trap like this. Okay, see, I have wings, and even this is getting a little annoying. Oh wow, they updated the visual on this too. That's kind of cool. Alright, so I'm out of gold keys, and I'm kind of bored of the dungeon now. Ooh, stars look updated too. Like the visuals of the stars, I mean. But yeah, like I said, if Master Mode turns out to be too difficult for me, I'll just switch down to Expert Mode. Because like I said, Skeletron was hitting me for a decent amount of damage, and he's one of the first bosses you fight, so that kind of has me a little afraid. mean, I wasn't buffed or anything, but you got to figure I'm in like endgame shit, and it's hitting me for like 20 damage a pop. So, you know, I was got to tell you a little something about the kind of damage you can expect from these bosses. I think the next is going to be the Eater Worlds. Because, doesn't matter what time of day it is, you can fight them whenever, you know, as long as you destroy those orbs. You know, if you destroy 3 of them, you can summon them that way. Alright, this is the jungle. A lot of rage moments with those friggin' turtles, man. Friggin' merciless motherfuckers. If you're not paying attention for even a fucking second, they'll just fly, they'll just yeet themselves out of nowhere and hit you for like 100+ damage. God, I hate those fucking tortoises. Like, just thinking about them now kind of gives me a little bit of anxiety. Alright, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get down here. See the hole I'm looking for. See if this hole leads all the way down. Alright, you know what? Oh, there's one right there. Because I don't want to start drilling around if I don't have to. Alright, here we go. And unfortunately, to get to these orbs, I kind of have to. Alright, that's one orb. So many orbs down here. There's a bunch down here. A bunch of ore over here too. Lots of ore. I'm not going to worry about that right now because for the most part I have everything I need, so... Like I said, if I really wanted to, I could just burrow all the way down into hell. And just kill the wall of flesh and activate hard mode and just go from there. But like I said, I kind of want to gauge like how much of a challenge this will be before I kind of go balls deep into it, you know? Dude, I love this drill. This is like a lucky drop. And eventually I'm going to have to make houses for those assholes too. There we go. Hey, you got a treasure bag. You know, early on in game, It's actually a really good way to make money is kill him over and over or kill the Eye of Cthulhu over and over. And just take all like the demonite ore and the scales and shit and just sell them. Yeah, I got a trophy. Okay, I guess I can't place that down there. So I legit need an axe to take down trees. Still have no idea what these relics do though. I think they're just there to look pretty, I guess. Alright, let's see what we got from the Eater of Worlds. Alright, we got a worm scarf. And I actually heard that this is one of the best accessories in the game here. Oh, I get an extra slot. Let's put that in there. I remember, expert mode gives you an extra slot, and I guess it's the same thing for master mode too. Just throw that in the chest over here for now. I might just have to make myself a fucking axe, because it used to be a pickaxe for everything, and then I got the laser drill, and then I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Put the musket in there because why the fuck not? Yeah, it's a warding worm scarf, so it reduces damage taken by 17% and it gives you 4 defense. So that's pretty fucking sexy. Just saying. The Eye of Cthulhu gives you a ramming shield. It's literally just a weapon that you use to like ram into shit. It's kind of cool, but I don't know. I don't see it being all that useful. I mean, it gives you some boost to, you know, your defense, so I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. So let's talk about the 2 bosses they added. Let's see. One boss that they added was the Queen Slime. So you're all familiar with the King Slime. Well, they added the Queen Slime, and she's supposed to be way harder. The other one, I can't remember the name of it, but basically it's like a hollow boss. I think her name is like the Empress of Light. And the fight itself looks really fucking hard. So really trying to think if it's a good idea to take her on in master mode. But I'm not going to worry about that right now because I really don't, I'm nowhere near being able to even summon her, let alone, you know. But nah, man, that worm scarf is kind of sexy though. I think I'm going to unequip that though, for now. I'm going to put Neptune's shell there. But yeah, if I can't get rid of all these fucking trees, then how am I supposed to be able to, oh yeah, they added emotes too. And then I guess for now I'll just make this as an axe. And trees actually are a little different too. Ooh, grapefruit. Like when you chop them, things can fall out of them. That's a kind of a neat little touch. So far so good. Like I said, master mode might be a little much for me, but you know, at the moment we're only 2 bosses in, so it's really hard to say right now. I mean, Skeletron was kind of kicking my ass a little bit, but I wasn't buffed. But you know, you would think, you know, being an endgame armor, he wouldn't be taking chunks out of me that he was, but he was hitting me for a heart each hit, so that's a little concerning. Can't believe I got endgame everything, and yet I needed a fucking axe. So I can make houses for these assholes, because apparently NPCs have happiness now, and if you stack them all up on top of each other like I did in my last world, then they're gonna bitch and moan. So I'm gonna see what will happen if I you know, make an attempt to make them happy. Nope, can't summon them yet. Do have a lot of wood though. Let's see how much he hits me for. Oh yeah, I got aviators. Neat. Great for impersonating streamers. Oh really? Let's see what he gave us. Whoops. Oh, that was the Eye of Cthulhu. In expert mode, he actually dashes at you. like, Christ, what the fuck was that? Yeah, all the bosses are kind of beefed up in expert mode. Caught me off guard too. Oh, that's kind of cool. Just eat that, because why not? Oh, fuck, acorns there too. Because fuck it. I'm actually kind of glad I got him out of the way anyway. What the? Wow, that looks like our first meteor that's gonna drop soon. Yep, it landed. That's kind of cool. That, like, you can actually see them land. Yeah, I'm noticing like a lot of visual updates, and that's awesome. Yeah, because you know as well as I do that people are just going to drop out and be like, oh, hey, you don't know me, but I want to play on your world. I'm like, no, that's not how this works. Thank you. Like, not that I have anything against playing with other people, but, you know. I mean, you've had it happen to you. Like, you've had people, like, you know, attempt to grief you. So I'm just hoping, that at least, somebody will drop by, and before they even ask, they'll see that, be like, oh, never mind. Yeah, I hear you, homie. I hear you, homester. This housing is suitable. Good. Fucking better be. And I noticed that one house is slightly smaller than the other. And that's going to make me angry, so I'm just going to go ahead and measure out. Three, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Yeah, you were telling me about that. You had like really annoying games like back to back, and you just said fuck it and just called it a night. Like 5 games back to back, so I started bringing Noeds and Moors into every game. Very nice. Good man. Yeah, I had a bunch of games, but most of them I was just doing rituals, so like I wasn't really like trying. And then I had 2 really good games before I started setting up for the stream. Well, not really setting up for the stream, more like, playing Final Fantasy 14. But anyway, so yeah, the first game was actually really good. I mean, I ended up getting sacrificed, but like I was more of like a support person than I was like actually like trying to get out. You know what I mean? Like my main focus was to support the other players by so I'm going to stream on Fridays. Oh, word? Nice. But yeah, I was more focused on supporting my teammates and distracting the killer so they can get Jenny's done. I mean, I think I got like 2 done already, like 2 done on my own. Or like 1.5. Actually, no, I got 1 done on my own, and the other one was like halfway done, and somebody was already working on it. So I technically did 1.5. So anyway, it was the plague, and every time she saw me, like she couldn't land a hit on me. Now, mind you, I was playing with a mouse and keyboard, and I have no fucking clue like how to play on a mouse and keyboard. So like I was already at a disadvantage. So how I was able to juke her and not get hit, I couldn't fucking tell you. But anyway, god damn, I wish I was recording too, because that was a really good match. And like I said, I got sacrificed, but you know what? I was the second, like I scored the second highest amount of blood points in that game, and I ended up getting sacrificed, so I must have been doing something right, Alright, so there's my anvil. Where's my crafting table? Oh, here it is. That's too small of a space. But yeah, I did alright though. I was very proud of myself. And I'm rank 5 survivor and killer, so it's not fun at all anymore. Yeah, I can see why. So what I was saying though was, oh wait, I should probably shit, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to move. Can I even craft a chest? Nope, I can't. Every game is a sweat fest. Getting this place to myself, I greatly appreciate it. I'm quite fond of wandering through the forest. Alright, you're a fucking weirdo. Ooh, the traveling merchant too. Very nice. Alright, that's great. I can make like 85 different campfires, but well, I don't know how to make a chest. Alright, so I need 2 iron. So yeah, basically, long story short, was that like she would always take him to the basement for some reason. It was Demigoro's map, I'm assuming, but for some reason, the plague was just insistent on hooking everybody in the dungeon in the basement. Like I don't know why. I mean, I know that you get like extra points, like if you sacrifice people down there, and the hooks like don't get destroyed when they're sacrificed, but aside from that, like she almost lost survivors because she was so adamant, you know, to hook them in the basement. But I digress. But yeah, I had a lot of fun though. I basically anytime she had like 1 or 2 survivors hooked in the basement, like I would run down and unhook them, and then by the time I unhooked the second one, like she'd be coming down the steps. So I would get in between them and her and take the hit so they can escape. And then she'd be so focused on me, the other 2 will get away. Might have been doing a rift challenge, maybe. Because I don't know anything about it, but if there's like challenges, then yeah, you might be right. I mean, I'll just take your word for it, but that kind of sounds like something that they would do to unlock different things in the rift. Like sacrifice XYZ amount of survivors in the basement, or, you know, stuff like that. Or hit the killer with XYZ amount of pallets in a single game. But anyway, so it kind of rinsed and repeated itself, like over and over again. Like I would just run away and I would start to heal. And then like when I'm above halfway healing myself, she would have somebody else in the basement and they'd be on their second hook. So I'm trying to heal before they, you know, just sacrifice themselves. And then once I was fully healed, I'd make sure the coast was clear. I would run down, grab them. And of course, she'd be right at the top of the stairs coming down the second I unhook them. So again, I would get right in between me and the survivor, have her hit me, have him escape, and then just lose her and then heal myself up again. And that happened like 3 times until finally she got me. Because I was doing really good hiding from her too, because those crates in that map are like really, really dark in certain sections. So like I could literally just go right up against them and just hide. And she would walk right by me. Like it was a lot of fun. Like I had a lot of fun in that game. But again, I ended up getting sacrificed anyway, but you know, it is what it is. Ooh, a flamingo. Master Gamer's pants, Master Gamer's jacket. I'm getting these just because I'm a Master Gamer. Ooh. Just cracked my neck, it felt pretty good. And I'm getting a flamingo because fuck it, why not? Now you have some things that I want. Ooh, you can get a drum set and a drumstick. A forest pylon. Teleport to another pylon when 2 villagers nearby. What? I don't get it. I want that. And I guess the prices of their shit depends on how happy they are. And I want that. This is nice. Lots of privacy to store my wares. I like the scenery in the forest. A good view attracts customers. Okay, so it's safe to say that he's happy. So that's good. And this will kind of be like my crafting hub. Store my money in there. I'm really sad about that too, man. I am right there with you. Like, this game is amazing for what it is. Yes, the ore and the bars that sell for a lot, so I'm going to sell those. But meanwhile, Minecraft keeps updating. Speaking of, what the fuck is the Bedrock Edition? I don't know. I mean, I've heard people saying, like, you know, Bedrock Edition. I hear people saying, like, what other edition they were talking about? Java Edition. I think I was playing the Java Edition. I think the Bedrock Edition is something else. I don't really know. Yeah, I really don't have a clue. Put my Master Gamer clothes in here. That says Master Gamer, right? Yeah, it does. I wonder what that's in reference to. Because I know the devs like add like, you know, references to like different things into their games, and I'm actually a little curious as to what that is. You think a Java Edition is a web browser version? Maybe. You might be onto something there, because I'm not really sure, to be honest. Sorry guys, don't let me interrupt your conversation. Alright, so 6 blocks in between. From door to door. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, there's a balloon going on back there. There's a balloon going on back there. I'm an idiot. Alright, speaking of idiots, let's get this door back on before he moves out. Because he's unhappy. Because he feels vulnerable. There we go. So yeah, I'm actually gonna have to build like a legitimate village instead of like a fucking hotel, just to keep these assholes happy. Hey, there's stuff floating around in the background. That's kind of cool. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, I gotta find some place to, I'm gonna find some way to proof that though, because on Blood Moon, zombies can actually open doors. So that's something I gotta prepare for. When I'm making this village. But yeah, I'm fairly confident that the modding community for this game is so active. They actually added official mod support to this game too. So like you don't need to like do all this crazy shit to have mods. So I think that's what the developers are banking on, that the modding community will keep this game alive and add like different updates and shit. So like they're basically like making the players keep their games updated, if that makes any sense. Poked a hole in the side of my cup of ramen. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I feel your pain, man. I really do. Dude, how great is ramen now? Like, people argue at the ramen that you get in, like, those instant cup of ramens are, like, plastic, but, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, ramen is amazing. This housing is suitable. Alright, so that's house number 3. And for 50 cents a cup, I'm there. Exactly. Like, it's like the staple of a college student's diet. Because it's super cheap, you can do anything to it. Like, you can add anything to it, and it's, like, fucking amazing. Like, there was one time... Wow, what's all these flames floating around in the background? I mean, not that I'm complaining, but, you know, it's kind of cool looking. I think there was actually one time that, like, there was a sale on, like, fake crab meat. Some crushed crackers in that bitch, a dash of garlic salt, perfecto, exactly. But yeah, my mother, I think when she went shopping one time, like a really long time ago, she got, like, a bunch of, like, fake crab meat and just, like, stocked up on it. Because it was, like, really, really cheap, and she froze a lot of it. So that was something we did for a while. We would like unfreeze a pack of that, and then like put it in ramen and shit, and it was amazing. I mean, people have different opinions about fake crab meat, or crab meat in general. Fucking squirrels, man, get the hell out of here. I love cooking pasta. Who doesn't? Like, I actually had this meal planned for Victoria. Man, fuck him. Whatever makes you happy and you enjoy. Exactly. I actually got a funny story about crab meat, by the way. So, Red Lobster had this never-ending crab feast. And, you know, my family decided to go to that once at Red Lobster. Like, it was like $30-something, and like you can eat you can get as much crab as you want. And like, I don't know if it was just like my Red Lobster, or I should say our Red Lobster, or if it was like all the Red Lobsters, but apparently a group of people did so much damage in terms of crab. I said crab, right? Yeah, crab. That the dude that came up with that promotion was fired because they lost so much money because people were putting so much of a hurting on that crab. This block replacement, man, is fucking awesome. Whoops. Kind of went a little overzealous on that. But yeah, basically, long story short, the person that brainstormed that promotion was like fired because like they lost so much money on that because so many people just ate the shit out of it. I detest seafood. I wish I wasn't such an annoying picky eater. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, you know? I mean, you're not alone. There are a lot of people that don't like seafood. Sheltering. That is such an awesome quality of life change. A fucking block replacement.